Welcome guys, PSGINT here. I'm gonna break through the Paris Saint-Germain group stage in the UEFA Champions League now that the round of 16 games have been drawn out. So yeah, let's start. First game against Club Brugge, and it was the first game that Eminem started together. A lot of expectations from PSG fans and from fans around the world, especially Messi fans. And yeah, people were hyping PSG up for this game to beat Club Brugge by at least a 2-3 goal margin, but that did not happen. That did not happen. And the biggest problem was Verratti not starting. And in this game, very early on, we again noticed how valuable he is to our squad and our midfield, and how we have so big problems when he's injured. Because he's the link between the defense, the midfield and the attack. He's the heartbeat of the team. He does the tackling work, he does the progression work, he does the long balls, he does everything. He does the slick passing, and we noticed how important he is, and as we do every season. But yeah, they didn't get the ball, and that's why they weren't that dangerous that game. But the game started off a bit slowly, but later came Mbappe and put in a beautiful cross to Ander Herrera, unmarked, no one on him, shoots it, Mignolet no chance, Paris Saint-Germain 1-0. And at this moment I was like, alright, Bruges will make it hard for us, but as long as we convert our chances, there's no problem. And because I knew this team it would take time for us to gel and so on. But Bruges proved me wrong. They weren't playing for a draw or a loss by not that many goals. They were playing for a good game, maybe even a win. They tried for the win, but sadly for them, they didn't get it. Van Aken scoring a goal, no chance Navas, again 1-1 Bruges. And in this picture you can see the threat that PSG had the whole game. Van Aken, De Ketelaere and Noah Lang. I mean, the PSG defense couldn't get the ball from the defense to the midfield or to the attack. Most notably to a player called Jorginho Wijnaldum, who is the best back passer in the world. And he only back passed the ball to our defense, made it much harder for them. And we didn't have any chance in the attack. I mean, the closest we came apart from the goal was the Messi crossbar, and that was just a Messi magic. It wasn't a chance that we created for him. So it was a very hard game, and yeah, Messi was memed a lot after the game, but that's the high standards people have for Messi, and Messi knows it himself. But it was a really good game, and it showed Paris Saint-Germain that even the small games, we can't be letting dropping points against these small teams, because in the latter end of the group stage it will be really important to have those points. But as I said, Noah Lang, man of the match of the game, was superb that game. Other mentions from Paris Saint-Germain was Nunmenj when he came on and was really good for a few seconds, for like 15 minutes I believe. But other than that, a very bad performance from Paris Saint-Germain, and we all wanted a huge improvement. But the problem was we were facing Manchester City. A lot of Paris Saint-Germain fans weren't that motivated, weren't that confident for the game. I was confident because the players we have, it's all about them turning up for a game, and it's done over for any team in the world. And that was happened against Manchester City. So quickly in the beginning, Mbappe brilliantly finds some space on the right side, puts in a cross. Again, no one clears the ball. Idrissa Gueye is unmarked, takes a touch to the right and bumps it to the top right corner. 1-0 Paris Saint-Germain. And after that, in the whole game, it was us defending like Spartans, like Avengers, to keep humanity alive. Because Marquinhos, Kimpembe, Donnarumma, Nunmenj, Hakimi, they had such a tough job the whole 90 minutes. They had to clear every ball. Donnarumma had to save every ball. And City really couldn't get the ball into the back of the net. Most due to us having such a good defense and such a good goalkeeper. I mean, a lot of people talk about them not having a number 9, yes, but they still created dangerous chances for the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, Gabriel Jesus, Bernardo Silva, Raheem Sterling, but they couldn't finish it, or our players blocked the shot, or Donnarumma saved the shot. But the most important player was Marco Verratti, and how good wasn't he? As I said before, we missed him so much in the Club Brugge game. He comes back. He didn't even play a game before this one. This was his first game back from injury after like 1.5 months, and Marco Verratti. He got so much applause from everyone around the world, especially from Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola, who talked about how great Verratti is, because he's really underrated midfielder, because he has so many, he can do so much that a midfielder can't do. I mean, if you compare him to the Real Madrid midfield of Modric, Kroos, and Casemiro, he does a little bit of everything that they do. He does the tackling and the dirty work of Casemiro. He does the controlling of the tempo and the game of Modric, and he makes those long balls and beautiful passes like Toni Kroos. So he helped us really much that game. When City were pressing really high, Verratti could just turn two guys and start an attack for Paris Saint-Germain, and that's how one of our goals was created, and that was of course, Lionel Messi magic. But us getting away from the Manchester City press, getting the ball to Lionel Messi, he runs, beautiful 1-2 with Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe just puts it right in front of the box, and Messi just smashes it in. Actually, not smashes, he just tabs the ball, and the ball goes straight into the net. Edison, no chance, wrong-footed, 2-0. Game 1 for Paris Saint-Germain. City lost. And in this game, we really saw something beautiful, and that was the Kylian Mbappe-Lionel Messi partnership that ever since that game we have been thinking about, and seeing how good they're becoming to play alongside each other. So a really good game from a Paris Saint-Germain perspective, especially that we needed it after dropping points to Club Brugge. We couldn't let City go that much ahead of us, or just get a draw. We had to get the win, and we did that. Next up was Leipzig at home. Kylian Mbappe starts off the game beautifully. Marquinhos puts a great long ball after Leipzig are close to the PSG box. Mbappe gets the touch from Draxler pass and just runs. Beautiful finish. Kylian Mbappe, I mean, such a wonderful player to watch. I'm so sad that this is his last season, but what a last season he is having. Easily his best season for Paris Saint-Germain so far, and yeah, what a season, what a fighter he is, and what a goal it was as well. Leipzig, no chance. As you can see, even in the picture, Simakan tried everything to stop Mbappe, but he couldn't. But then Leipzig turned up. I mean, when we scored the goal, ever from then until our second goal, we played shit. Leipzig did everything, and we didn't have anything, because the problem has always been Poch. This thing with an unbalanced team. So explain to me then why sometimes against good sides we have really great games. There's nothing about an unbalanced team. It's just the tactics. You have to be flexible, and have to know the weaknesses and the strength of the opposition team. But yeah, Angelino, easy cross for Andre Silva, 1-1. Second half starts, again, Angelino left with tons of space on his left side, puts in a cross. Mukiele again, Kimpembe doesn't get the ball away. Mukiele scores 2-1. And at this point, I was like, alright, I don't care, because we deserve this. We haven't been playing well this game, and Leipzig taking the lead just shows how good they have been this game against Paris Saint-Germain at home, may I add. But then, a mistake from Adams. Mbappe gets the ball. Messi, Mbappe, Messi goal. 2-2, allez PSG. Again, it's that Messi and Mbappe combination. And Paris Saint-Germain gets a draw, 2-2 right now in the tie. A bit later, Mbappe gets taken down by the aforementioned Simakan. Messi takes the pen, lobs Gulacsi in the middle, and what a goal. 3-2 to Paris Saint-Germain at the Parc des Princes. Everyone is cheering Messi's name, scoring as usual. Lionel Messi. And at this point, I was like, all right, the game is done. We have won this game. Did we deserve it? Maybe not. But that's why you have players like Lionel Messi and Kylian Mbappe who can switch on for 1 second and do what Leipzig have tried to do for the whole game, and that's score a goal. So that's why you sign players like Messi, so that even the games where you're not playing that well, they can still create some magic out of nowhere. After that game, it was away to Leipzig, and yeah, this time Leipzig started off with the lead. Again, a cross from Angelino, I believe, or Andre Silva on the left side, and Kunko left unmarked in the box, heads in the ball. And you can clearly see PSG's problem here. It's from crosses. We can see too many goals from crosses from the opposition team, and it just should not be happening to a top tier professional club like Paris Saint-Germain. You don't see this at Manchester City or Bayern München or Liverpool or Chelsea. But it could have gotten even worse with Danilo Pereira conceding a penalty, Andre Silva stepping out, but who is there? Gianluigi Donnarumma, the bear, the man, the gorilla, the monster, saves the penalty. Still 1-0 Leipzig. And PSG got a team spirit from this, and we started playing much better. And finally, the goal came, and for the player it came. Jorginho Wijnaldum absolutely deserved this goal, because before he was playing so bad for Paris Saint-Germain, and finally got his goal. A beautiful team play goal from Paris Saint-Germain, Mbappe finishing the assist off to Jorginho Wijnaldum with a tap in to score. 10 minutes later, Wijnaldum scores again, gets Paris Saint-Germain the lead away in Germany. Wijnaldum 2 goals for the first time in his Paris Saint-Germain career. And yeah, PSG fans finally started liking him and supporting him, because he wasn't that great before this game. But yeah, we held on for most of the game. We were really good. We had a lot of chances. We missed so many chances. I mean, Hakimi on the right flank, because Leipzig needed to win this game. So they put everyone up forward, so counterattacks were really easy on them. But we couldn't capitulate. We couldn't do anything with our counterattacks. And finally, it led to Kimpembe making a dumb mistake and Szoboszlai converting from the penalty spot to Leipzig. I was so frustrated, so saddened by the Kimpembe error and how we had lost 2 points this game. Could have gotten a win, and looking at the table now, who knows? We could have gone ahead of Manchester City and gotten an easier draw against Sporting that they got. But that's football. That's football for you. Next game versus Manchester City, and we knew we had to get something from this game. But we had really to show the world that this game was for the first place. And yeah, we played terribly. And in the 60th minute or 55th or something, just the Eminem magic. Just the Eminem magic as usual. Kylian Mbappe in the end of the goal, scoring, beautiful. Sterling gets a goal for Manchester City. Beautiful pass from Rodri to Walker to tap it in to Sterling. But how can I say this? I knew this would happen, because they wanted to win more than us. We didn't want it, and we didn't play good that game. Later on, Gabriel Jesus scores Manchester City 2-1, and I was done with this game. I was done with Pochettino during and after the game, because it's these types of games that you have to show your quality in management, in tactics, in players, and we just didn't do that. City were playing like a much better team. And yeah, all of pictures like this of the Eminem, and again, it's all about them not getting the ball, and then they can't do anything because they are attackers. They are not supposed to be hard-working midfielders, maybe according to some Prem fans. But yeah, it was a disappointing loss, but then came the final game against Club Brugge. Kylian Mbappe opens the scoring very early on after only 1 minute. 6 minutes later, again he scores from a beautiful Di Maria cross. MashaAllah, what a goal, Kylian Mbappe. 2 goals in 7 minutes. I believe that's the quickest he has scored 2 goals, at least in the beginning of the game. Then Messi comes, Mbappe creates a beautiful chance, nutmegs a Bruges player, puts in a lovely cross to Lionel Messi. He scores it. 3-0 Paris Saint-Germain. Club Brugge get a goal back from some sloppy defending and marking from Paris Saint-Germain. Rit score 3-1. Messi ends it all in the end, winning a penalty and converting the penalty very smoothly. 4-1 Paris Saint-Germain at the Parc des Princes versus Club Brugge. And this is how the table ended. Manchester City 12 points, Paris Saint-Germain 11, Leipzig 7, Bruges 4. And if you showed me this table before the games were played, and if you said City will come ahead of you with 1 point, I would be, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But we could have come further. I ain't gonna lie about that. We could have even gone ahead of Manchester City, especially with them losing to Leipzig on the last match day. But comment down below, what did you think about PSG's group stage? If I can rank it, I would give it 7 out of 5 out of 10, because we beat Leipzig, we beat Bruges, nice, we beat City, but then the draw against Bruges and Leipzig disappointing, and especially the loss to Manchester City. So it was 3 great games and 3 disappointing games. I would maybe say bad, especially the Leipzig draw. That was more disappointing than a bad game. But anyways, comment down below what you think, and make sure to like, subscribe, and put on notifications. Peace.